Oh, man. Coffee good?
Yes, it is. It's quite good. It might have to do with the Cold Stone creamer I just put in it, but... maybe. That creamer does tend to give that a little bit of a coughing effect sometimes. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well. Here we are once again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the General Geekery Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all things geek and geek-related, whether we are generally musing to ourselves or we have a specific topic in mind. This will be one of the former today. As always, I'm Donald Kaczynski, and as always with me is the always awesome Hannah Kubiak. Hey, Hannah. Hello.
Oh, that's some good coffee.
A good brew.
Thank God I work in a cafe.
We should get that on a t-shirt.
Oh, a nice brew.
A good brew.
Oh man. Well, I've been looking for area places to where we can get start making merch and stuff like that because I think the General Geekery logo would look really nice on a t-shirt.
Actually, yeah. It's got that sort of Celtic feel that people like. Oh man.
Absolutely. So yeah, I've been looking to areas for that as well as the for other things as well as the logo for my other thing. Speaking of which, I love what you did with it, Hannah. Honestly.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't scanned it yet in order to upload to my other stuff. So okay, for those that are not in the know, on the side I do a little thing that a little producing group that I call Anime Revolution Productions, and I asked Hannah, hired, I actually should say, in order to help draw a logo for us because we've needed one for quite a while, and it looks stunning. Hannah, you do too much good for me.
Aww.
I want to say that right now.
Gracias. I don't know where. I thought I took a picture of it, but anyway.
No, we'll get some pictures in.
We'll get some pictures of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. But yeah, other than that, how have you been doing since last we were recording, Hannah?
Oh gosh, it's been a while. So, what have I been doing? I binge watched Letterkenny. I don't know if you've ever seen Letterkenny.
I've had so many friends and coworkers recommend Letterkenny to me, but I've not had the time to watch it.
You have to be in a specific mood, I think.
It's on Hulu, right?
Hulu, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's basically about this really small Canadian town, and there's the Hicks and the Skids, which is basically like the goth drug addicts, and then the hockey players, and that's the thing. And so it's just ridiculous stuff that happens in this little town, and they're constantly drinking beer and drinking whiskey, and there's this one thing where they go to Quebec to go ice fishing, and they run into basically their counterparts in Quebec who look pretty much exactly like them.
Oh, wow. Kind of like a long-lost twin kind of scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And we was like, man, I hate Quebec. And then by the end of it, they're like, man, we love Quebec.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. All the sort of, it's kind of some of it is kind of a dry humor.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it
stuff.
basically starts every time with the Hicks sitting by their fruit stand, just talking about something random. Where he's like, "Do you ever wonder why?" Oh gosh, I should have thought of something before I said that. But,
no, it's okay.
Do you ever wonder? And they ask a question, and then there was one where he said they were trying to. One of them was explaining a conversation that they heard about how astronauts use the toilet. And he was like, so that's what you do. You take a cone. And then you got to make sure that you upend the cone. So that your piss doesn't doesn't float away.
Oh my god. So literally it's just the most random questions ever. People can barely think up of a normal conversation, and then
they discuss the weirdest stuff.
My god. That is the kind of stuff I love. I love that kind of I love that kind of comedy. Oh my god, I gotta look.
Yeah.
Oh, another reason to look into it. I am so backlogged on so many shows. It's it's frustrating because Letterkenny is on my list right now. My friends are egging me to catch up with BoJack Horseman.
Never heard of that.
So BoJack Horseman is an animated show on Netflix.
Oh wait, yes, the one with the horse.
Yeah, okay. The one with the horse. Yeah, it is a very sobering adult comedy.
Oh goodness.
But like literally, like as an actor and everything like that, like some of the stuff he says I can relate to. I'm like, this is getting a little bit too deep. I kind of feel like I need an out here.
Yeah.
I was a little scared. I'm like, what have you guys recommended to me?
That happens in Rick and Morty sometimes.
Oh my god, Rick and Morty.
Where suddenly they say something that's just a little bit too deep, and you were laughing a second ago, and then you're kind of sitting there, just sobered.
Damn it, Morty! We can't be getting all these all these life lessons. We got to save that for the PBS shows.
Aw, gee, Rick.
Oh man, I feel a little bad for doing that, but you know what? I have to do at least one Rick thing whenever somebody mentions Rick and Morty.
I haven't seen very much Rick and Morty. Like, I think the only episode I've seen all the way through is the one where they go to like the Mad Max world, and Morty gets that severed hand like onto him, his arm, and the hand wants revenge, and it starts to just get way too dark, or the hand wants to like strangle somebody in the bathtub or something. Oh man. Like for some reason I've seen that one all the way through twice, but every other episode I haven't seen all of it.
I haven't seen all of Rick and Morty either. I've only seen a few episodes too, but like it's really only one episode to really understand like the humor in the universe, basically, because it is so out there compared to so many other TV shows.
Yeah.
But
what was the one where they went through a wormhole and like somebody broke their legs or something?
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that one.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh gosh. But yeah.
But yeah, God, adult animated shows are really, they have come a long way since The Simpsons. My God.
What about, oh gosh, what's it called? Is it called is Big Mouth the one about the teenagers where there's the hormone monster?
I think so. I've never watched Big Mouth.
Because, okay, I had the same thing happen where the only episode I've ever seen, I've only seen one episode of it, and it's the one where some kid gets into a relationship with his pillow.
Oh man.
It's like a sexual relationship.
Oh God.
And she talks too. It was the weirdest thing. I was just sitting there with like these two dudes that I know, and we were watching this, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Okay, hold on. I
watching a cartoon teenager hump a cartoon pillow. Like what?
I'm trying to picture this in my mind. Was it just like just a normal pillow or things like that, or was it like one of those Japanese body pillows?
It was normal.
Okay, all right.
It had eyes and a mouth.
Oh dear, what? Okay, much worse than what I thought.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's probably one of the weirdest things I've ever seen on TV. What is a movie that you regret having seen?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh.
Yeah.
That is a tough call.
I have one queued up.
Yeah, if you have one queued up, go right ahead.
The what is it called? Don't Mess with the Zohan. I wish I'd never seen that. It's so stupid. And I don't understand it.
It's one of the dumbest Adam Sandler films ever.
Oh, gosh, it's so stupid.
It's just like, why?
Yeah. And just, I don't know. I try not to think about it. The only part that I liked was when there were those two guys who were trying to kill him, and so they made what they thought was a bomb, but it was just a sandwich bag with Neosporin in it, and they like threw it at him, and it missed and splattered on the window, and he was just like looked at it, and then just kept walking.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. And then he like took it home to like the lady he was living with, who's like this like 60-year-old woman who he was shacking up with. And he's like, do you have any idea what this is? And she looks at it and she like takes a bit and tastes it, and she's like, oh, that's Neosporin. Like, how do you know by tasting it?
My God, she must be some special ops or something. Good Lord.
Special sauce. Okay, do you have one now?
I have 3, actually, and they're all tied together.
Okay.
I've probably mentioned this to you. I don't know if I mentioned this to you on podcast or... I know I've mentioned it off, but it is the 3 animated Titanic films that was made in Italy. You heard me correctly.
That sounds ridiculous. Oh, I have a story about I have a story about the Titanic. When you're done.
Okay, so basically, it started in like the, I think it was probably 2000, 2001 with the first one was called Titanic: The Legend Goes On. Let me put it this way: if you take 75% of the cast, like replace them all with like butchered bootleg Disney and Don Bluth animation characters, put them all on the Titanic. And include a New York rapping dog and mariachi singing mice.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, like honestly, like if for me it falls into what like the first one's okay with me because it falls into one of those like it's so bad it's good. Kind of scenarios.
Like Plan 9 from Outer Space. Almost.
Yeah, kind of. Like it breaks you down so much that you just have to continuously laugh at it, just because it's like the choices are just like why.
We're all interested in the future, for that is where you and I are going to spend the rest of our lives.
Indeed.
We should put that on a t-shirt, too.
Oh, my God. We need to come up with t-shirt ideas.
Gosh.
Oh, my God. But I thought that was bad enough. But then I found out, I'm like, there's 2 more? What else can you say? So apparently the second one is basically another Titanic retelling where it's not an iceberg that sinks the Titanic. It's mafia sharks.
Mafia sharks.
Mafia sharks.
Sounds legit.
And the Titanic doesn't sink. It's put back together by a giant kraken octopus monster with the face of Jerry the Mouse. It's just this nightmare.
Sounds like somebody was on something when somebody was on shrooms when they made that.
They have to be.
I'm pretty sure that who was it? Was it John Lennon who wrote "I Am the Eggman"?
I think so.
He was definitely drugged out when he wrote that.
You can tell like from certain songs and books and everything like that when people have been drugged out of their minds.
Yeah.
I can tell you like which Stephen King novel he was probably drugged out of his mind. Probably it.
Oh gosh, I was teaching a baking class yesterday. Well, it wasn't a baking class; it was a cupcake decorating class.
Okay.
At a craft store near here. I'm a independent contractor.
Okay.
And we were making these cupcakes that basically what the course description said was to do them as doing different emojis. So there was one with it's like it was winking with its like tongue out,
right.
And stuff. And so I was kind of like, okay, well, let's just have fun with this. Just like give it eyes, give it a mouth, whatever. Because basically a lot of the time I'm kind of like, seems a little boring what they're having us do, and sometimes kids have fun ideas and they want to do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had people kids gave them like crossed eyes and like buck teeth and stuff.
Oh man!
And then this one kid, he was like, he said, "Oh, I'm gonna make Pennywise," and I'm like, "How old are you?" And so it had red hair and it had like giant front teeth, and it had like the red eye makeup thing, and he was like, yeah, although this isn't actually Pennywise, it's a knockoff, and it's his name is Nickel-Wise Corduroy. I was like, good on you, kid.
Bless that child.
Yeah, I know. Oh man,
bless that child. He's gonna grow up to become a psychopath.
Kids are so weird. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
They are. Keep an eye on that kid. But
it's not my problem anymore. It was a one-time class.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Like as if that wasn't as if that second film wasn't enough, they made a sequel to the second one.
Dude.
Where basically they tried to search for the Titanic that sunk, even though it didn't sink because technically I don't know, it's so weird. I don't even remember the third film because I blacked out during it. Like all I know is like Atlantis was somehow involved, there are mermaids. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
At least that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Until a few weeks ago.
Oh, you still have more. Okay.
No,
I have two thoughts here that I'm
okay,
holding.
do your Titanic thoughts first.
Okay, the Titanic. So when my sister and I, one summer, we watched the Titanic. It was on TV, and it was the first time either of us had seen it. And so the classic. Like when Jack and Rose finally have sex and they're in this carriage that's stored underneath with the windows and the handprint on the fogged up,
Paint me like one of your French women.
Yes, paint me like one of your French girls. And so Teresa and I didn't really know what happened in the movie, really. So basically we were young enough that it didn't occur to us what was going on. So the carriage was rocking, don't come a knocking, and the windows are all fogged up, and then a hand goes against it and starts sliding, and my sister and I looked at each other and we're like, someone's getting murdered in there. and then we were really a lot less excited when it cut to them inside the carriage all sweaty and stuff, and we're like, oh, it was just sex. Boring. We got so excited because Teresa and I love we're like those weird girls who never wanted to watch rom-coms. Really, we just wanted to watch we grew up watching Lord of the Rings and the Horatio Hornblower TV miniseries and stuff.
Oh my god.
So that's where our mind immediately goes. It's not to romance or something, but it's someone's gonna die.
Blood.
Blood.
All the blood.
Yeah, so yeah. Teresa and I are
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody react to the Titanic movie in that way.
Yep.
Oh.
We're a weird group of women because it's just my mom and me and my sister, who are in the house, and you'd think that we'd watch a lot of girly movies, but we don't. We're like, hey, what do you want to watch? I don't know. I mean, have you guys seen Mad Max Fury Road? I'm like, no, I haven't. No.
Great film.
Yeah.
Great film.
So good. Oh my god.
Oh man. But
Mad Max.
Yeah, such a great series.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, it has no right to be as good as it is.
What is it they say before they go into battle? They're gonna die historic or something?
I don't know. From Fury Road?
Fury Road, yeah. Nux and his buddy have the steering wheel.
Oh, what a day, what a lovely day.
Yeah, well, there's that too. What a lovely day.
What a lovely day.
What a lovely day. Witness me, blood bag. He's just there in the back and what?
Yeah. So many damn one-liners.
I know. Shiny and chrome.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your other movies that you regret?
This isn't exactly a movie.
Is it the Star Wars Christmas special?
Surprisingly, I think I found something worse. By the way, I still need to send you a link to that.
Oh, yeah. I considered looking it up the other day, and then I got distracted like I do.
So, a little bit of background into this. Hannah, have you ever seen any episode of the That 70s Show?
No.
Are you familiar with the show at all?
I know what it's called.
Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure so I'm not confusing.
Okay.
So That 70s Show was a television comedy sitcom that was aired on Fox from 98 to 2006. Mm-hmm. It was set in Wisconsin during the 1970s and followed a group of kids. It launched the careers of a lot of actors like Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, Topher Grace, and everything like that. They a lot of the kids in the show would star in a lot of different things, and it was a really good show. It had nice writing and everything like that, really funny jokes. For a lot of people that say Friends was their super show to sit down and just watch whenever they needed a cheer up, That 70s Show was that for me growing up. So. Yeah. And me having, you can attest to this, I have a photographic memory of reciting lines from video games, movies, and television.
Yeah.
I did not think that this particular skill would come back to haunt me. Until a few weeks ago, where my little brother was back from college. We're surfing through different stuff because we're hanging out. We come across this fact that apparently in 1999, I think that if I remember this correctly, the producers of that 70s show tried to recreate a British remake of that 70s show for England in order to bring in a British audience with a different cast and everything, called Days Like These.
So kind of like The Office, but in reverse?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
But a little different. Whereas both versions, the British, the UK, and the English version of The Office are good, the British version of that 70s show is utter garbage.
Oh my gosh.
From what we saw before we saw the first episode, 13 episodes were originally ordered. Only 10 of them aired. And we found all the episodes that were aired on YouTube, and we're like, you know what? We have to see how bad this is. As soon as we put on the first episode, 3 minutes in, I'm hitting myself so hard in the knee because this is painful to me. You know how I said, I can remember so many lines from television and shows? I've probably seen the first episode of that 70 show so many times, I can pretty much recite the first 5 minutes by heart.
Right.
They use the exact same script. Damn near verbatim.
Wow, okay.
The same exact words and everything, just with much less, not as much explosive delivery. It's almost like that, with UK sitcoms, it's like that, lower class, drama kind of, delivery, where it's just,
right, yeah.
Sort of. More enunciation, less emoting.
Just a little bit. It's kind of dry.
Yeah, kind of dry, and things like that. Yes, dry, exactly.
Yeah.
And
there is a place for that, but...
Dang. But yeah, I'm listening to this, and I'm like... And as soon as I hear the first few lines, I'm like, no, they did not. And there's small little differences every now and there because they had to adapt it for a UK audience.
Right.
But it's almost the exact same scenes, the exact same lines, and honestly, even some of the exact same background stuff. In the first episode, they're playing a song from Captain and Tennille, and it's the exact same song, and they're singing the exact same lines. I'm like. Is this my hell? Is this my hell?
To just see the sort of bastard child of the...
Exactly, I thought I was watching a really bad sketch comedy skit.
Yeah.
But it was an entire episode, and I was like, there's no way.
I can understand
There's no way they could copy every single thing almost to the same little detail, but change it for a UK audience. They did.
I think that was sort of what they did with the first couple of episodes of The Office. It was very similar, and then it got different as it went along.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing with The Office. They had, I believe, the cast had strong enough presence and everything to make it their own.
Oh yeah.
There was nothing from this remake that stood out that they could hold water.
Okay.
And it was so bad. I'm like, I am in so much mental and physical pain right now. I can't, my family was like dinner's ready. I'm like, I'm not even hungry. I'm just gonna sit here depressed and mad at the world.
Dang.
Until about 30 minutes later, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll reheat dinner and everything like that, but I'm still gonna be depressed because I'm like, there are some things in this world I feel like people will always look at and just trigger them into a state where it's just like, oh god, why?
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of those.
Almost kind of the same reason why when some people see a certain person or book or object or things like that, it'll trigger a happy memory, even to a point where tears of joy may start to swell up.
Yep.
You ever had one of those moments?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I've had things where I'm like, oh, that was great, but it never really, I don't know.
I kind of had one of those moments last night, actually.
Okay.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've enjoyed watching wrestling. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I love everything about it. Like the performers, the athleticism. Like I appreciate all of it. And last night was like a major event for the WWE. And they had it's like a large event where it's like a multi-man match where many people come in. Some people return. One of my favorite wrestlers growing up, who retired like a decade ago because of neck and spinal issues, returned last night again to wrestle, and I was taken so aback. I was actually crying tears of joy because it was like a childhood hero like returning one last time. I was a little kid again.
Aw.
I was like, oh my god, I couldn't contain myself.
Really? You had 3 movies, right?
Yeah, I had 3 mainly because they like interconnected together.
Oh.
But if you have more movies that you regret watching,
movies that I regret seeing,
please be my guest.
Oh gosh,
I know we have several.
I have to think for a second. I think see. I try and sort of forget these things. So yeah.
Actually, here's a better question. Is there any type of media that you regret watching or reading mainly because, like, you want to go back and experience that initial shock and awe again, but you know you can't because you already know what's going to happen?
No, I actually, here we go. I'll tell you the story of the reason why I don't really care about spoilers anymore.
Okay.
Is because I'm not sure how old I was. I think I was maybe, whenever it was that the HalfBlood Prince came out, the book.
Okay.
And it came out in the summertime.
Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I hope all of our listeners know what happens in the HalfBlood Prince.
Blank.
Yep, blank. So basically, I was going to this summer camp. And I hated going to summer camps because it was basically like, I don't know. I was a very introverted kid and all I wanted to do was just sit at home and read. But when I was visiting my dad for the summer, he'd always be like, "Oh, you gotta go and like for some like keep busy and do all these like activities and stuff." I'm like, "But all the kids suck. I hate them."
I know that. I know that feel.
Yeah,
I know that feel.
And so I was at a summer camp and talking to some kids, and I had been reading the HalfBlood Prince like at night and stuff. And it had only been out a couple of days, actually. Like
no.
Yeah.
Did they hit the spoiler?
They hit the spoiler. Well, basically, it was the stupidest thing as well because what I said was, I said, so I've been reading the HalfBlood Prince. I haven't finished it yet. And this one random kid who he was like playing solitaire, he just looked up and he was like, "Oh, Snape kills Dumbledore," and then he goes back to the stuff. Oh my god,
you moron!
And I was like, "You moron!" Like I'm actually really mad, like because I literally said I hadn't finished it, and I'm like, "Congratulations, you know something that I didn't know."
The crazy thing is like
show off.
It's like around that time when the HalfBlood Prince came out, like. Yeah. Oh my god, like, it was the cool thing to just spoil that one thing because it was such a big moment.
No, yeah.
The internet, like, basically took control with the spoiler. Like, all midnight showings, people would just be shouting it out. And I
don't know. I don't understand people like that.
I think I read an article that apparently someone bought an ad space on a billboard just to say, Snape killed Dumbledore.
What the hell?
I don't know where it was.
But,
I was watching an internet historian video on YouTube where they were basically chronicling like the Harry Potter spoilers.
So that made me so mad because I was like, okay, yeah, you're so smart. You know something I don't know, and like
was that your first time encountering a troll?
You show off. I don't know. But yeah. Maybe, probably. Oh. But ever since then, it's been kind of like, I've been kind of like, whatever, it doesn't matter.
You're silly human, your feeble attempts to harm me will not go through.
Exactly. Like, I don't I don't give a damn anymore about spoilers and stuff, because that one was like someone basically just like, he may as well looked up and been like, fuck you, and gone back to his stuff, because it was literally just like a slap in the face.
Yeah.
It was like, well, let me just ruin your experience here and go back to my solitaire game.
And unfortunately, we live in an age where apparently that is commonplace.
Yeah.
Why
would you deny somebody an experience in a story like that? I don't know. I think just because I'm a storyteller and I honor the story.
Because people like deriving a sick pleasure in ruining other people's experience. Why? Because they are a certain word that I refuse to say on this podcast, even though we have used the F-bomb several times.
Even worse than the F-bomb.
Okay. They're touchy words. Touchy words. Yep. I'd rather not use touchy words.
I think I know what you're referring to.
You can ask me later. But yeah, it's just
I didn't realize there were things we don't say. Besides the obvious,
I mean, like, this one is kind of an obvious one, but mainly because I carry myself as someone who is respectable, even though I do swear like a sailor, and you know this. You're to just be
like,
true.
oh yeah, I'm fucking respectable.
Exactly. Oh my goodness! I really hope no small children are listening to this podcast right now.
I don't know if anybody is really, but.
Oh, why must you put us down like that? We have listeners.
All right, how many listeners do we have?
I can count at least in the double digits.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, several I know several coworkers, regular customers. Actually, one of my bosses approached me and said, "I listened in on the podcast you had."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "Whoa.
What?
When? Which one?"
We should start I don't know. We should actually see, like, I don't know. We should actually start plugging Valentine Coffee then. Cause...
I want to see if I can ask them to be a sponsor for us.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because I think it would be really great.
It would be, yeah. Oh, I have ideas for things like that too, but that's like off the air discussion.
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll discuss it. We'll discuss it. Yeah, we get.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, don't let the lines get crossed.
Exactly.
We're in entertainment mode right now.
Entertainers.
Oh, speaking of people that we follow and promote, we got another gift from, what is it called? In Carthage?
Oh, hold on. 1 second. I'm grabbing the card right now.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's a
Ruby Rose Gallery.
Ruby Rose Gallery, in Carthage, is that right?
Yeah, Cambridge. In Cambridge, Wisconsin, just outside Madison. So, a bit of background on this. So, you probably have seen, if you follow our Instagram page at General Geekery, one of my coworkers, hi Andy, they're connected with the people who run the Ruby Rose with the Ruby Rose Gallery at in Cambridge, Wisconsin, and for Christmas they got myself and other of our coworkers different little gem figurines, and they got me a little wolfie,
soapstone
made out of soapstone, and and they know how much I love dogs and wolves and everything like that, so it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, flashback to a few weeks ago, they made another visit to their family in Cambridge, and they brought back some more gem figurines, and I got two more. We got a Roadrunner little one, and we got a dove.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a dove, and I think they're also made out of soapstone too. So
yeah, it looks kind of similar, but they make some awesome stuff. Just like, just wholesome little animals. We actually follow them on Instagram. They're at Ruby Rose Gem Gallery.
Yep, Ruby Rose Gem Gallery. Go check them out. They have a lot of really good stuff on display.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
Like my goodness, you guys do some good work. Props to you.
Oh yeah. I want to look at the dove again.
Yeah, go right ahead.
It's got little flecks of a little. I thought that it was sort of purple in color when I first saw it, but it's got the red in there a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just flecks of gray, but it looked sort of purple to me to begin with.
We'll make sure to put the pictures on Instagram for you guys to see.
Yeah, so you can and follow the whatever they are. Ruby Rose Gem Gallery. They get your own little soapstone buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you were doing a D&D campaign and all of your little like minis and everything like that were all made out of like gem figurines?
Oh gosh.
Can you imagine
that sounds pricey, man.
It sounds pricey, but can you imagine how that would look?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
My goodness.
Or yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
That's all right. I'm pretty sure it'll come back to you eventually.
Yeah, eventually. I don't remember. I had two things I was going to say when you were talking about the Titanic.
You said one of them.
And I said the one about what I thought was going on in the carriage. The second one was, I feel like it was about Mystery Science Theater.
I think so.
Yeah.
Did you know that the guy who played King Theoden was in Titanic?
Yes, he was the captain.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Also...
You were like one of the few people I know that actually knew that fact.
No, I do, yeah. And also, Ian Griffith, who's in... he's in the Fantastic Four.
That's right!
Yeah, and he was in Horatio Hornblower, that miniseries that I mentioned to you.
That's right! He was in there. Yeah. He was the guy that was searching for survivors.
Yeah, yeah. Is anyone alive out there? Yeah.
Is anyone alive out there? Just,
yep.
I'm like, is that his regular speaking voice? That just sounds wow.
Yeah.
But then again, it also sounds. His American accent sounds weirder though.
He's Welsh, I think.
I think you might be right. So
he's Welsh.
Yeah, that
like
might.
His last name, it looks like Grufford, but it's pronounced Griffith, apparently.
Yeah, that's probably definitely Welsh.
Yep.
Oh man.
Inexplicable spelling.
Inexplicability, baba. All that. Good
Inexplicable. Stuff. Inexplicable is the word.
I can do grammar.
Yep.
Oh man. Oh my god. Doing line reads have been so weird. Okay. I have to share this story because this was so stupid. So aside from my own streaming thing on Twitch, I also help my friend out with a mobile RPG she goes through. She invites some of her friends on in order to do like line readings, in order to do voices and everything like that. I was on her stream recently in order to do voices for characters such as Sherlock Holmes and James Moriarty, and
nice.
trying to maintain my British dialects because I have to do two different ones.
Right.
I have to do an older, more gruffly kind of dialect for Moriarty, and I have to do a very high-class, almost RP sounding one for Sherlock Holmes. And, oh my god, trying to say some words, especially with how, like, articulative, like, those two characters are, is so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard, especially when I have to, like, switch them on a coin flip.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So there was like so many times like I would just say like random things and they're like, what? Can you re-say that again? And we're doing this live, so the chat room is like heckling me while I'm doing it. I'm like, don't pressure me, chat room. You try doing this.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it was, but oh my god, like I have fun doing it.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Like especially when we go off into like tangents and we just talk about like random stuff sometimes, like kind of like how you and me talk all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man, but like other than that, like, actually, I can actually share this experience. So
go for it.
One of my things that I've been wanting to do for the new year for 2020 is try out new places in the city and new foods and stuff like that, because...
Are you going to talk about goat yoga?
Goat yoga?
Yeah. You do yoga, but there are goats there. Anyway, continue.
I wish I could find that. That would be awesome, though. I've been trying new places for eating and stuff like that.
Oh.
So the last week or so, I tried two different places. One, I was craving breakfast really bad after a morning shift. So a coworker of mine recommended that I go to a place in Walker's Point area. For those not familiar with Milwaukee, it's a different area of Milwaukee, it's like almost dead center, close to the lake, called Don's Diner. It has my name in it. I'm like, so you know what? Yep. Sure, I'll go in. They oven bake
they're French toast.
What?
It's almost got the consistency of like a cinnamon roll.
Oh my gosh!
I ordered the classic one because like my rule is like order the most simplest thing on the menu first time you go somewhere in order to see like how it holds up, and then you build up from there. So I ordered that. It came in. You don't put the maple syrup on. You don't put the maple syrup on yourself. The plate is already filled with maple syrup that you can just like pour over it, and it's topped with a dollop of creme fraiche.
Dude.
For those not familiar with what creme fraiche is, it's a slightly sweeter kind of sour cream.
Oh, okay.
So it's not as curdly as like sour cream can be. Mm-hmm. It almost has like the consistency of butter with like a little bit of like a light sourness after it.
Oh, okay. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I've never thought to use it with French toast, but oh my goodness. I'm like, you guys may have made me one of the best pieces of French toast I've ever had going to a restaurant.
No, it sounds like it.
and then a little while later I had sushi for the first time, so.
You've never had sushi before?
Okay, I've never been big into fish.
Oh, okay.
I've never been big into a fish. It was something. Yeah. It was something traumatizing when I was a little kid when one of my cousins force fed me raw fish.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
Yeah.
I spent my my youth, like ages 0 to 9, in California. So in San Jose, we would go to the sushi boat places all the time. So.
Oh. Okay,
yes,
so you're...
So sushi is like part of my childhood. Actually, sushi is one of those things that makes me feel like a kid.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Nice. So
I know it's not for everybody, but
I wanted to try it at least once. Because I'm like, I want to try stuff, let's go try it. So me and my friend, we went to a Japanese restaurant near UWM campus on North Avenue called Kawa. And and it wasn't just sushi, they had lots of other Japanese dishes as well. I tried it. Me and my friend, we shared hot and spicy tuna rolls, sweet potato rolls.
Yeah.
And my friend had I think some kind of pork ramen, and I just had a plain miso soup.
Can't go wrong with miso soup.
It was a little more cloudy than I would like my soup, but the taste is delicious. And they do everything like fresh there, so
nice.
So I was already guaranteed. I'm like, okay, this is going to be quality.
Yeah. Have you ever had tempura?
I've never had.
So they put vegetables and sometimes shrimp in a batter and fry it, and you dip it in this special sauce. You
know what? Actually, we did have tempura there too.
Okay.
I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it, but I only had one piece because my friend was the one who ordered the tempura dish, so I didn't want to steal all of his stuff.
Yeah. Oh man.
So I had a bite of tempura, and meanwhile at the same time I'm just trying to figure out how to use chopsticks the entire time, and my friends are like, you can use a fork, and I'm like, I will be damned to use a fork. I am going to try this.
Yep. See, that's another of those things that I don't understand why people have trouble holding chopsticks, because I learned how to do that when I was like 5 in San Jose. I was eating with chopsticks, so like
it's all in like the finger muscles.
Yeah. Well, the first one you hold like a pencil. I don't have any pencils.
Yeah, like this. You hold it like a pencil.
You hold one like a pencil, and then you rest the other one underneath or something, and only the top one moves. Okay. You like hold the bottom one between these two fingers. Okay. And then the second one, it's sort of like down in your hand. So when you press it, that's when it'll I don't know. If I had like pencil or something,
it's okay. I'll have to practice.
Yeah.
Because even though I wasn't too keen on the sushi part, I did enjoy the flavor. Like it's just the consistency of fish in my mouth. Like, I find fish to be sometimes a bit too gamey.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, you don't just dive into a pool sometimes and come up with a fish and just start eating it?
No! Sorry. Bad habits. But no.
So juicy, sweet!
But I do have to say, I did like the sweet potato rolls. Like, there were some aspects I like. I don't get to eat Japanese as much.
or even Chinese for that matter. Like I usually stick with like most barbecue stuff and everything like that because oh,
it's so good.
Yeah, I love barbecue. What can I say? I love myself some ribs and I love myself some brisket.
Yeah.
So
I lived in San Jose for most of the time I was in California, but for 1 year I lived in LA with the rest of my family. We lived right by Little Tokyo.
Ooh.
Yeah, so just all that Japanese stuff. Like the church we went to, it was a Japanese mission. So like the most of the congregation besides us were Japanese Americans. One of the ministers was a Japanese American. It was great. We took Japanese classes there.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It was awesome. But the classes were more for kids who could already speak Japanese. So they were writing classes. So I actually learned how to write some Japanese before I knew how to speak it. It's kind of funny because I was like, like making these pretty little pictures, but I have no idea what it means. I'm just like the one white girl there.
That's kind of funny, but also like so cool at the same time.
Yeah, I loved it. And now that I think about it, maybe I've always loved those movies where or books where somebody goes to they go to a distant land and spend time there. Like,
yeah.
Did you ever see The Last Samurai?
Yes.
Like
I
that.
was just gonna mention that.
Yeah, like that. Like I love that.
I
love stories about learning about a culture and sort of
absolutely
the lines that cross and how you can disagree about things, but you also need to respect each other and all that. Like, just makes me happy.
So awesome.
Yep.
I actually might be going to Los Angeles next January.
Really?
Possibly. Yeah.
Ooh. I used to live on 3rd Street near Skid Row, so
okay. I don't know if I'm going to be anywhere near that, but I'm possibly going down there to visit some friends for a convention, Anime Los Angeles.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
I've been wanting to get down there for a while, and I feel like next year would be a good opportunity too.
Yeah.
Just to experience it, meet my friends again. So it would be good fun.
Yeah, go to Little Tokyo.
I hope we're near Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
I want to try. I want to try.
I want to get some origami paper. I used to have so much beautiful origami paper. Make little paper cranes.
I could never do origami. My fingers are too fat to really do delicate origami folds.
Yeah, you got to have those really delicate fingers, like those ancient Japanese ladies at the fairs in Little Tokyo. They make the tiniest little paper cranes that are perfect, and they have the little, like, every crease is perfect.
I am nimble in so many other ways except for my fingers.
Yeah. Oh, the most beautiful stuff.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was
quite a rambling.
Yeah, it was quite a rambling. We got into a lot on that one.
I know.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here playing with the little soapstone figurines.
Yep. You just hear like clink 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 clink.
It'll come up on the microphone. Absolutely.
Yeah, this little road runner. I like that he has like a little vein of black stone through his eye.
Yeah.
Like he's seen some shit.
Like you would not believe what I had to do to Wiley.
You would not believe how much running I've been doing.
I couldn't stop.
I couldn't stop.
I could never stop, man.
Never stop. Don't stop. Won't stop.
Indeed.
Oh, shall we sign off?
Yeah, we can do it. We can sign off on that. Thank you guys so much for listening in to us for our general rambling musings of this episode of the General Geekery podcast, which I believe is episode 13. I want to say. Yep, episode 13. I had to double check on the episode list. Thank you guys for listening in. Make sure to follow us wherever podcasts we listen to. You can follow us on Spreaker, Spotify. You can listen on YouTube at Anime Revolution Productions. You can follow us on social media at General Geekery Podcast on Facebook, Gen Geek Podcast on Instagram.
Twitter, Gen Geek Podcast.
That's right, Gen Geek is Twitter. And General Geekery on Instagram.
Yep.
You can, Hannah, where can they follow you at?
Oh, well, every Monday night at 7:30 Central Time, I am part of the cast on Loaded Dice Adventures. It's a RPG show where we roll some dice and explore the world of Avenaria. So that's tons of fun. That's every Monday at 7:30. And you can also find me on Instagram at Pythian Legume.
Still trying to figure out. I've done so much research.
You researched and you can't find it? I told you.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
You got to give me some kind of a hint because I really want to know. But for that, you guys can check me out on social media at Instagram, Twitter, and you can also check me out on Twitch.tv at RyuzakiMK7. The links are all that will be in the description. Thanks again, guys, for listening in to this episode of the General Geekery Podcast. For Hannah Kubiak,
hello,
I'm Donald Kaczynski, and always remember, guys, to keep your geek on.
Always.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
Later, guys. We need to get Clink, clink on a t-shirt.
Clink, clink. Yeah.